Hello guys, I'm back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to cut a bonnet, probably how to make one. First we are going to get our material. If you see, there's a difference between the front and the back. The front is actually shiny and the back is black. This is actually a cut up piece from a skirt. I'm not using it, I just want to use it for the tutorial. And then we fold the material into two, and actually second time folding we make sure that it's equal so that while we are measuring there will not be any mistakes. Then we get our chalk and our tape and begin measuring. I'm going to be using 10 inches for the length of the bonnet, and there we start measuring in a very circle pattern. The pattern of measurement is not so different from how you measure a skirt. Then you go round, mark your 10, just like that. Keep on measuring 10, your 10 inches. Just keep on measuring like until you get to the end of the skirt. And we just keep on tracing 10. Watch how the tip does not really move from the top, because I want to make sure that it's 10 inches. Then when you're done, you use your scissors and cut through. You just want to be careful not to engross into any other line. Make sure that you're on the line, and you just cut through to that 10 round circle. That's a semicircle. You cut through. After you're done, it's going to look like this. See how it came out all round and smooth, even if you just cut out skirt. I'm very happy for how it turned out. I actually thought that the dart was going to be an hindrance, but it didn't, and that's because of we carefully measured and cut. Next, we are going to cut for the band of the bonnet, because this is not actually that trendy bonnet. I'm going to just do an ordinary bonnet with elastic inside, so the band is going to be big. I'm actually going to use light oxblood material. I'm not going to use this material, first of all, because it wasn't really enough, but we're going to be using pins for it. We're going to have to pin the band to the circle in order to not make any mistakes. We just have to be very careful so that our elastic can pass through. We'll take it round the circle. So that's for us to do that. If you can see in the video, I've already gone halfway and I have successfully pinned my band to the circle, and it's just remaining to completely sew it off. And I have to tell you something why we have to pin it. There's sometimes when you don't pin it and then you actually have some frictions at the end. There are sometimes when it will just want to lap off with the other side. That's not equal. What I'm trying to say is that there are sometimes when if you don't pin, the material kinds of like folds. We don't want it to fold. We want to make sure that it's equal. That's why I actually pin it before sewing. Next, I'm going to be sewing my band. You see, I'm just trying to get everything right, and I'll start sewing through down to the end. Make sure that there's no mistakes. While sewing, you just remove where the pins are so you can sew through that area. Making the bonnet not actually hard. It can be done within 5 minutes. It can be done within, just depends on how fast you are. Then when I'm done with sewing through, I will have something like this. If you can see the bonnet, the band has already been fixed around the circle, and I'm just going to show you how I was able to do it. You can see that there are some spaces, very big space, and then I did not sew these two sides. I will actually sew it when I'm done putting my elastic inside, so I can just lap it up. If you can see from the video, I'm just showing you how I'm going to fold it. After I'm done putting my elastic, no side should be left out. When you're done folding, you sew through and close it up. But that's after you're done putting the elastic. Next is for the length of the elastic. I'll be using 22 inches because the inches around the bonnet is like 44, so I want to use half of it. 22 inches, that's what I'm going to use for the length of the bonnet. So I'll be using a safety pin. I will pin the end of the elastic and try to insert the safety pin through the hole that I showed you there. Make sure that is strongly pinned. Try to insert it through that hole and then it will pass through, going up to the end and the other tip coming up through that place. So I just want to make sure that it would not pull out. Now as you can see, I'm really done doing that. So I'll be moving on to the next step, which is sewing through that line to cover the lapped place. So I'm going to just sew through that straight line, that vertical line, and then cover the lap and just lap it up so that I will be able to enclose that area. As you can see, I'm just trying to sew through the midsection, making sure that it's tight in order to close that. It's very, very important because if you had to sew this for somebody and then there's lapses, it actually can pull off from there and just create a catastrophe. As I told you before, I'll also be sewing around in order to close the side that is close to the midsection. I'll sew it round, make sure that it's strong. And that's it. I am done with my bonnet. As you can see, it came out well and we are done with our bonnet. This thing can actually be a very lucrative business depending on your side. So you can see it's a very nice one. I want to thank all those that were able to watch this video to the end. I'd like you to subscribe for more sewing videos and sewing tips videos. See you in the next video.